Hi everyone, I'm Quinn and welcome to Away in Rome. In my short travel career, I've stayed at about a dozen hostels and I have not had a bad experience yet. I'm going to share with you in this video about what I love so much about hostels and then share some tips with you about how to pick the best one for you. I don't want anyone having those nightmare experiences that we hear about so often. Hostels just get such a bad rap sometimes, but they've been the contributor of some of the best travel moments that I've had. So I really hope that with these tips that you'll be open to hostels as well and that you have some great experiences on your next trips. Some things that I just love about hostels are the friendships that you're able to form there. I'm a pretty introverted person and I love my alone time, but making a friendship on a trip feels so serendipitous and you start feeling like this person is your friend soulmate, like that all the stars align so that you could meet in this time and place, and it's so exciting. When you stay at a hostel, that's just the easiest place to form those types of relationships. You're both coming home to a same place, which allows people to relax and be comfortable in a way that they may not be when you meet them in a tourist attraction or activity. This is really where these relationships can flourish, especially if you have a hostel that hosts different activities for the members to experience together. So I mentioned in the video that I've stayed at 12 or so hostels and they've all been really good experiences. I have my pretty specific selection process to thank for that. So I'm going to share with you that process so you can make the best choice for you and have a 100% success rate with your hostel picking. Number one, I would just say start your search on Hostel World. It's easy to navigate, centralized, and makes it easy to find all the information you could possibly need. Step two, and this one is a pretty big one, so listen up. Filter out any hostels that have under 4 stars. There are amazing options at every price range and you truly don't have to settle. Even if you have a budget of 20 euro in France, you can still find a place that's clean, comfortable, and offers a great community experience. Number 3, make a list of things you want to do in the city and make sure that the hostel is close by. For me, that list is probably going to be full of restaurants, so I want to make sure that the places I want to go are in walking distance or easy distance on the metro to get to from my hostel. You don't want to pick a hostel, show up, and realize that it's an hour away from everything you want to do. That can end up upending your entire trip. You'll have to end things early, possibly to get home at a safe time, or pay a lot of money for Ubers. That is something that we want to stay away from on our trip. So just make sure that distance-wise, the location of your hostel makes sense. Number 4, and possibly the most critical step, read the reviews of the hostel. This will give you insight into the type of experience that the hostel offers to the travelers that are visiting. In this situation, you really can't take their word for it. You want to hear from the people that have experienced it. Depending on where I'm going or the purpose of my trip, sometimes I'm just looking for a clean, quiet, safe place to sleep. But then other times I'm on a trip where I don't know anyone and I want to make friends. I want this place to be where I socialize, where that has pub crawls and hikes and pasta nights. Those are 2 very different things I'd be looking for, and I'd be really upset personally if I was looking for the former and then ended up at the latter on a particular trip, right? So just make sure that the hostel offers what you want. For me, I'm not necessarily a party person, so I'm often looking for a place that is fun and exciting, but not so much a party hostel, because those are a big culture as well. If I'm seeing keywords that are like non-stop partying and out till the sun comes out, that's usually a no-go for me. I don't want people stumbling into the room like drunk at 4 a.m. I like people that like to have fun, but can also kind of wind down at the end of the night. And I've always been able to go into situations that are kind of aligned with my mood on any given trip. So this is a huge one, and I definitely encourage you to go through a few pages of those reviews and see what that hostel has to offer. And there you go. That's the process that's led me to 100% success rate in my hostel stays. The worst, I think I've experienced someone that flicked the lights on when they arrived to the hostel really late, and that was kind of annoying. But at best, I've had a family-style dinner with 4 different languages spoken over a big bowl of pasta at a hostel in Granada. I've experienced a hostel owner in Vietnam sharing the key to her apartment building to use the gym there when she heard I didn't have a place to work out. And I've experienced a night huddled around a hostel staff member's phone watching Eurovision videos for hours with 5 other people on a rainy night in Budapest. Thinking back on those experiences now, I really can't see myself going back to a hostel anytime soon. I understand that it's comfortable and it's predictable, but it just doesn't allow for those rich relationships that I feel like hostels do. So I'm always going to choose a hostel over a hotel. I'm not sure if that's something I'll age out at a certain point once I reach a different stage of life, but right now I can say that that is very true for me. I am 100% of the time going to be picking a hostel over a hotel. So what do you think? Have you had any tough hostel experiences? Have you had any super dreamy ones? I would love to hear about some of them in the comments, in addition to any recommendations you have on how you pick the best hostel for you. Thank you for joining, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.